All right, well, joining us in the studio this morning, our first guest, Ambassador Marek Ziółkowski. He's the former Polish ambassador to Ukraine. Mr. Ambassador, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us this morning. Let's start with what are the main items on the agenda for today's bilateral talks between Poland and Ukraine?
Good morning. As we saw from this previous view, of course, this issue of grain, of export, import, or transit through Polish territory, there is the main. But I think we should to widen a bit our perspective, because there is still really geopolitical issue in Europe. What we are doing together with Ukraine and with the European Union, NATO, with the war waging with Russia against Ukraine.
Right, and I'm really glad that you mentioned it, and definitely Poland and Ukraine are actively preparing for various scenarios, and now the joint efforts involve consultations with both EU leaders and the United States. But now perhaps focusing a bit more on Poland, what do you think Poland seeks to get from this meeting?
I think, of course, this compromise on grain is really needed for both societies, government, for our countries, because instead of having really strong ties on security issues on the others, like we showed during the first day of this war, February 2022, we could come back to this social and political atmosphere of really partnership. But of course, a compromise on grain is needed. I think that the quotas will come back like it was after Ukraine signed this association agreement in 2015, ratified in 2017. Of course, it's a small market still in Poland. Also, Ukraine should take into account. But what is the issue more broader for us, for the other neighbors, both south and western, like France or Germany, but also Romania? It's turned out that still the issue of transit of Ukrainian grain is really important. There are a few possible ways for them to use. They started to use a really ineffective one, Romanian one, around half a year ago. And there is also a Polish issue. It could be a Polish asset, I could say, to use our ways, our ports to transit for transit of Ukrainian grain. But we will see what will be the last phrase of agreement on this.
All right, yeah, we will see. I heard that as of now, as the Polish-Ukrainian border is closed to the grain is actually traveling by a ship through the Black Sea, around the Mediterranean, coming into Hamburg. I mean, that's not very efficient. It's still getting here. So
yeah, you are right. What is the case? Of course, Ukrainians are not waiting only for us. They are producing a few times more grain than Polish farmers, and for them, its market is really African, out of European. They are aware of this, but this Russian war interrupted the previous ways through Black Sea to the world market, and now they
That's
try
right.
to restore.
So now, apart from let's say trade and this difficult situation, like Konrad mentioned now, what do you think would be possible points of contention during this meeting?
I hope that there will be a more point of agreement, because we had in our history, Polish-Ukrainian history, many years and many events we showed a really full agreement on the security issue or during the Orange Revolution, Maidan, and so on. And my dream, my suggestion is to come back to Zbigniew Brzeziński concept that after Weimar Triangle will be active. It was 20 years ago. Now we see that Prime Minister Tusk, the other leaders reiterate to come back to this format as a European axis. Why not to join Ukraine to this security, economic, and political forum of dialogue?
That's right. So, speaking of cooperation, maybe we could begin cooperation in terms of joint production of munitions, joint Polish-Ukrainian production of munitions. Do you think that's possible? And also, Ukraine's energy infrastructure is in danger right now. The Russians are targeting its energy infrastructure. Should they need energy, is Poland able to supply energy to Ukraine?
There is a current state of affairs. It means the Ukrainian infrastructure is disrupted, both energetic and the others. And of course, the cooperation in defense industry is really needed. It's really the timely measures. We will see what our government could propose. There are constant talks between industries, but of course the government support is really needed. With the energy also, but it is what is a paradox. Before this war, Ukrainian energy system was a bit more greener than Polish one. Also, even as you remember, we started to import, not only we, Slovakia, Romania import a green nuclear energy from Ukraine. Also, Ukraine also has, instead of steady interruption, even blackouts in some cities, has still something to be attractive for European Polish market, even in energy sector.
That's right. Unlike us, they have nuclear technology.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Ambassador, thanks very much for taking the time this morning.
So much.
Pleasure speaking with you.
Thanks so much.